Hello, fine people of YouTube. This is Arpexy, and I'm one of the best players at this game, in my opinion, of course. This is a video of the best farming method in Ender Magnolia. I will be telling you the best settings and the best items, equipment, and abilities. The farm centers on XP and fragments, but you'll be able to make a ton of materials and scrap as well. These are the abilities with the button configuration I recommend. Please watch the video to see the location and how to do the loop and how quickly it can be completed. These are the best settings to maximize fragments. First up in this pick we have the no-brainers. Because they won't impact the speed of the farm, we don't care about the status effects, so the first step is to turn them up all the way. Second, you have some flexibility. This pick shows my recommendation, which is raising the attack strength to 1.4. Max HP and attack frequency will slow down the speed of our farming, so we don't want those. Since fragments max out at 2.5, 2.49 is pretty efficient here. As for the totems, equipment, and relics, I will explain them in detail at the end of the video so you can make the most of the farming. For now, please relax and I'll show you how I did the run. After all, even the gentlest breeze can lead those who listen. Okay, so you want to start from the Empyrean Paracel Interior Rest Area in the Upper Stratum Administrative District and follow the loop that I show you here. If you don't have access to this area, I have another video on my channel that shows the best material farm mid-game. Watch that. I don't recommend you farm until New Game Plus unless you need something. For XP and fragments, you definitely won't want to farm them until the end of New Game Plus. If you have any questions, please ask me. Either way, I recommend watching the video to the end to see the best relic combination I recommend, as well as the tips I provide here. First up, Lorna is great here because she can finish off enemies while you sprint ahead. She does take some getting used to, so if it's too difficult, you can just use the first owl you get instead. Additionally, you want to use the tuner arts all the way that I do because they will give you a lot of scrap. I also recommend to use the wolf in the beginning like I did for some extra scrap as well. But the tuner arts will really finish off enemies quickly and it will give you immunity when you need it. Okay, so this finishes the loop. We go back here and then we go through it the same way again and again. You will level up quickly. Finally, let's get to the equipment and relics. Here's my loadout. For the bangles, any two are fine. You should already have them optimized, but you could also optimize them for the best attack stats if you find that you're not getting hit that much. For the carapace, I recommend Luceaches. The block function is really necessary, I think, at the beginning of the loop with all the projectiles, and you can get SP from that too. I'm also packing the Ares totem because of the SP increase you get if you do happen to get hit. I'd also recommend any SP related totems as substitutes as well. Basically, we'll want to use the attuner arts a lot because we get a lot of scrap from that and it helps us to move very quickly through the loop. And for relics, this is my recommended loadout. You can see the first 4 are dedicated to what I call scavenging relics. They will boost your loot for max efficiency. If this game isn't too hard for you, then I'd suggest upgrading and equipping them as early as possible in your playthrough to get those compounding returns. And don't forget that the relics can be upgraded again in New Game Plus, which is kind of easy to miss considering. The first relic we have is the statue. The description of the statue is vague. It's very vague, but if you research it, it says it gives you a good boost with materials and I believe scrap as well by random chance. So you can get a big inflow of scrap or materials at a random chance. It can also give you a heal by chance, but that's outside the scope of this video. Next is the dice. A whopping 30% extra XP when fully upgraded. This is a must to wear if you're going for level 100. I even kept it on for my boss fight in the first playthrough of this game and in NG Plus too, because I knew that it would be hard to get to level 100. The loop here that I showed you, it actually got me my final levels very quickly. So this is highly recommended. After that, we have the Eye of the Beast for the 30% extra materials and the Eye of the Homunculus for the extra 30% scrap. For our battle relics, the remaining relics, I like to call them the battle relics, you should equip the Echo device, which is one of the best battle relics in the game. 25% extra damage dealt by primary abilities. That's the Nola attacks, by the way. And it's also the Rybolg, or whatever he's called, those attacks too, but you won't be using those for this loop anyway. After the Echo device, we have the Magic Strand Charm. I recommend this if you don't get hit too often. In case you do, I do have some alternate loadouts that I'll show you later. But with this one though, you get extra 20% attack as long as your health is 100%. Then you have the Cracked Magicite Dagger for the extra 25% on Attuner Art damage. This build is a high SP accumulation build, so we can move quickly using the Attuner Arts and gain bonus scrap, so this is a highly recommended item. The Eye of the Ancients gives us 25% faster cooldown on Leto's Punch, which is a great damage dealer. The cooldown syncs up well with the enemy counter rate here. The Nameless Priestess's Ring is a must-have for any SP build for its 25% SP gain on attacks. It can be further stacked with other items and it's essential for this build. Finally, we have the Attuner's Earrings, which fill the SP gauge by 8% when you dispatch an enemy. 3 runner-ups for alternative builds are the Chain Belt for the extra damage, the House Milius Earrings for the extra damage with Lorna or the Owl, and the Chief Attuner's Ring for the extra 15% SP gauge gain while attacking. If my build needs some tweaking for your playstyle, I'd recommend builds 2 or 3 here. It just depends on whether you favor attack or the SP Attuner Arts, and whether or not you can do the loop without actually getting hit. As a final bonus, this here was my loadout when I finished the good version of the game. I think I used the Owl instead of Lorna though, but anyway, I finished that battle on my first try. Feel free to make a set and tweak it. Finally, here are all the settings I recommend for the farm, so you can see them all in one place. If this video was helpful or if you like the quality, please give me a like, subscribe, or ring the bell. As you know, I'm one of the small guys on YouTube here and it helps my little channel. It was a lot of work this time. The magnolia flower at the beginning was originally white and I changed it to blue. That was so difficult. And the flower petal transition, that was a transition that I made completely from scratch, and I took the actual petals from the original image. It took me about 3 or 4 days to figure the whole thing out. So if you have any time, please watch my first run of the game. I only died 8 or 9 times through the whole thing. It was a blind run. I didn't know anything about it. So 8 or 9 times was pretty good. I saw a guy, he said that he was the god of gaming in his profile, which I wouldn't write anything like that, but he already died, I think, twice as much by the time 30% through the game or something like that. So this is a pretty good run. I kept the death counter through the whole thing, so you can watch along with me and see how I do. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.